No exchange should delist Ripple. It's the SEC that should be eliminated. By Alan Stevo. There's a cryptocurrency called XRP, or more commonly Ripple, that I perceive as a scam and have little respect for. It is nearly the opposite of everything good about Bitcoin. It is centralized, able to be censored, operates on an uncertain monetary policy, prints new currency to pay its bills, and is very inflationary. It operates on a similar business model as the U.S. Treasury, only it doesn't extort taxes from people, making it more just. The Securities and Exchange Commission has recently turned its attention to Ripple, leaving many to believe the days of this cryptocurrency are numbered. I own no Ripple. I never intend to own Ripple, and I dislike Ripple, but I commend those exchanges who allow Ripple to be traded on their books. Many others have run in fear. I don't blame exchange owners. They risk a lot by standing up to the SEC. There have definitely been brave standouts who should be commended for outlasting the competition in their dedication to continuing Ripple trading. Instead, I blame members of the chattering class with no skin in the game, who have pressured exchange owners to engage in what is effectively censorship. It is no business of the members of the chattering class what currency an exchange owner wants to accept. The awful trend of cancel culture has arrived in the cryptocurrency industry and has turned on Ripple. Every business owner has the right to decide if his business will engage in the use of Ripple transactions, exchanges included. He who facilitates easy transition between different cryptocurrencies is doing good work. He facilitates the behavior of the free market and lets the marketplace choose what it likes and ultimately what it wants to drive to zero. It is just to allow a disliked cryptocurrency to be traded on your exchange. It is just to allow a disliked cryptocurrency to be traded in your country. To let a marketplace function is just and moral. Those who interfere behave in the opposite fashion. And this brings us to the question of what kind of country we want to have and what kind of world we want to live in. Do we want a free country where people are able to take risks and make mistakes? Or do we want a cloyingly insulated country where risk-taking and failure are discouraged? They are mutually exclusive. Furthermore, risk mitigation is often reward mitigation. Risk mitigation is often life satisfaction mitigation. For good reason. There is no Securities and Exchange Commission mentioned in the U.S. Constitution. There are plenty of scams from antiquity forward, far worse than anything seen in the cryptocurrency industry today. Scams have been with us for all history. For the overwhelming majority of human history and American history, it has never been the legitimate role of government to say what people are allowed to spend their money on. It still is not. That has always been an individual decision. Anyone could invest in anything. Caveat emptor, or let the buyer beware, is the wisdom of the ages. I commend the exchanges that continue to let Ripple trade. Thank you for not giving in to the impetus of cancel culture in our day. You are acting to protect human freedom. If you become a little more wealthy because of it, kudos to you. No one in crypto should be debating whether or how Ripple can be canceled. The marketplace will sort out the detritus just fine. The proper discussion is on how to cancel the SEC. Such an organization has no place among a free people. It has no exposure to the marketplace to sort out the detritus within its halls. It is a persistent leech off of a free society, one that has grown fat and corrupt in its lack of exposure to the realities of the marketplace, a predictable consequence of such insulated government regulators. All advocates of freedom in a marketplace should stand with the right of Ripple to exist, should stand with the right of Ripple to advertise their endeavors to any and all potential customers, and should themselves have their own right to vocally denounce Ripple in the strongest and most unflattering terms. So few are able to perceive the distinction between disliking something for yourself and canceling something for all people. You never know what might happen when you allow freedom, but those who love freedom know that everything will work out just fine without them controlling the natural human action of others. Cancel culture does the exact opposite. It is a cowardly reaction to human freedom. To those who seek to regulate the cryptocurrency industry through government or through so-called self-regulatory organizations, which are able to be as corrupting as government, I say a free people do not need your paternalistic ways and big brotherish help. A free people need you to stop harassing them and to let them live their lives. Your fear has no business in their freedom. Go cuddle your blankie if you are afraid. Go snuggle your dog if you're scared. Go hug mommy if you're worried. But leave the rest of society to exist absent your fear. Free people find a way to regulate marketplaces just fine. Left to itself, Ripple will go to zero if that's where it belongs, or it will go to the proverbial moon if that's where it belongs. That's a scary thought, isn't it? That Ripple could go to the moon? The puritanical lynch mob just needs to cancel Ripple instead of letting the individual consumer be free. Don't they? Why have you such little trust in the marketplace and the individual user that Satoshi Nakamoto put so much faith in that he created such a thing as Bitcoin? Suddenly, with the SEC flexing its muscle, everyone turns and runs afraid, and does what many cowards in 2020 have done when afraid. Formed a mob, and called for the canceling of something or another, putting pressure on businesses to either do their will or feel their wrath. That's the cowardice of 2020, and it looks like we won't have the wisdom to leave that cowardice in our past where it belongs. Perhaps the new year can bring more timeless wisdom than our trendy era is so lacking in. You do the industry a dishonor by talking about canceling Ripple. It is the SEC that needs canceling.